There's a place, a school, an institution where a professor resides. One that for the past 30 years has traveled the world teaching others. A pioneer in America of the fighting science of Savate. One who codified the sports of this fighting style. One who has produced clubs, champions, and continues to develop. Listen to
Hey guys, we're back at you on Monday's questions and viewpoints, and the following question is about awareness. How important is awareness? But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for subscribing, sharing the videos, and sending the questions, because it makes us all grow and understand what's out there in the community and what literally people are asking for, what they want. And that's great for a school, that's great for a style, for an instructor to understand, and for others out there listening to see basically what people are thinking. Many of us take for granted that some of these questions, whether historical for Savate or technical, or even questions of understanding what a skill is better than others, or what trait is better than others, or what characteristic is. We need to understand that sometimes we as instructors, as professors, instructors and coaches of Savate and Sifus and what have you, we've already gone through that. We cannot forget where we came from. We came from the beginning. So we have to think when we teach as a beginner. We cannot teach as, I'm the professor of Savate, I know more than you, and guess what? It's my way or the highway, or no, it's not going to work. You got folks out there who've never been in a fight in their life. You got students out there that have been abused all the time. So when they come into your school, they're scared. You got kids that grew up being bullied. You got street kids that grew up fighting on the way to the bus stop every morning. Each person is different. And one thing that I give my professor, Michel Gilbert, credit about was you have to set a lesson plan. And that lesson plan has to go through. So if you're starting a brand new class, then you can easily do lesson plans that way. And he was the one that actually taught me how to teach Savate. Okay, I had a lot of professors, my Professor Paturel, Lafont, Viviani. I still teach their techniques, and what they taught me, I bring it back to others, and competition wise, what my professor and our trainer, Richard Sela, did. I give that to you, that ring savvy that he passed on to me, I bring it out to you guys. But you have to understand the question, is awareness important? Geez, awareness in martial art is number one. That's how important it is. If you do not have awareness, and what is awareness? Everything, like all the fads that are coming in and everything that goes on, probably I would say from 2000 to the present, names have changed, things are going on. MMA, a combative sport, tough guys that are out there, but they changed a lot of names. They changed a lot of things that are now common terms in today's martial arts. Stand up to me was a comedy act. Now stand up is anybody that throws a punch or a kick, or he does stand up. And so you guys call your school now and they say, I want to learn stand up. No, I want to learn the ground. So it's whatever these commentators had, because whether they had a notion of martial arts or not, or just some lingo that they pulled out, they've changed the terminology. What am I getting at? Awareness has always existed in martial arts, but now you have situational awareness, environmental awareness, tactical awareness. And these names, these definitions that are given for each one and everything else, it's fine and dandy. It still boils down to one thing: awareness. Okay. So how can you as an instructor pass on awareness? How was it passed on before in the past, and how is it passed on now? That's a very good question. Awareness comes from the experience of the instructor that's in front of you, not something that he's repeating or mimicking, or something that he got in a handbook because he went and took 100 hours or 10 hours or 50 hours or what many hours of a tactical to the combative of the tactical combative course. So they learn these terminologies out there like situational awareness or tactical advantage awareness, perceptional awareness. Okay. Those were done because people needed a job, kind of like the shrinks nowadays. Bullying has always been, but now we have so many different types of bullying. It gets worse every year. Okay. But what I'm getting at is awareness. Sometimes an instructor teaches awareness on how he talks to you. How many of us old timers? I'm going to throw my name in there because I'm, and I'll be 53 in September. At the age of 56, I'll be doing Savate for 50 years. Imagine 50 years. I started at the age of 6 with a cipota. Okay. So my teachers would say, hey, if you go to this bar, count how many people are when you walk in, count how many people are in the back, where are you going to sit yourself? We've always heard this term of if you never sit with your back towards the door, always face the door, face openings. That is true. What were they teaching you? Awareness. I remember Roger Lafond used to tell me, when you walk at night, and he would always say, can you walk without hearing your heels? I never understood what he meant. And one day in the metro, I tried walking without me fast enough, but without me hearing myself walk. And when I was able to do that, then I realized, you know what? They've been doing this for a long time, especially at night. They're walking and they're listening to everybody else that's around you. Okay? Footsteps. Footsteps when you walk home at night, whether at night or day. Start being acute to your hearing. Your senses tell you. All right? Do people from different environments have different awareness levels? For sure. Kids who grew up in the urban streets surely have more than the suburban ones. They're more acute to street savvy. Okay? All right, one from the streets and one from a prep school going to tell you two different things that's going on there. They're going to understand things a little bit different. Okay, if you grew up in the inner city as well as from a rural area, and you take that person out of that environment, place them inside, you're going to be lost. That exists. But I want you guys to do the next test or listen to this, and when you go to the grocery store, how many people are actually paying attention to their surroundings and not really looking at their phones or a list or an object. Okay? I'm just talking about a grocery store. I remember my Professor Buitrón used to say, when you go to a bar, you count how many heads are inside. Start to the ones next to the door and then jump to the back and then count from the back to forward. Where you sit yourself in a bar, when you go to a nightclub, how many people are around? How many groups are together? Count the number of groups that are together. Those are parts, and I'm telling you this because even though we hate to say it, Our kids are growing up. They're going to go to bars. They're going to go to nightclubs, and they're going to look for a mate. Let's look that way because that's just the way it is. And you're going to get into those situations. How about walking? Walking from work to your car. I guarantee you, the way you carry yourself when you walk will change a predator's mind. What do I mean by predator? A thief, a thug that wants to score something, a carjacker, a rapist. Believe me, those predators are out there. If you're walking home, walk on this side of the sidewalk and then cross over one day. Don't make it a pattern. Okay? Folks, hopefully this can aid in a little bit of help for those that are out there, but awareness is the key. It is the starting point of any training system. It should be. It should always be worked on. But how do you develop that in school? Develop it very easy. Do you teach your students to move in a circle, to control the circle, or to be stagnant in there waiting for the person to come in? Okay? Understand that there's so much more to martial arts and to teaching and to every system, especially Savate, that continues moving forward. I was blessed that I was taught by people that came from the street, knew the street. That's what I call bone rollers and sidewalk thumpers. I'm glad that was raised that way and taught that way. I see things differently than other instructors do. So with that note, I want to thank you. Hit the share, hit the like, keep on sending the questions. Summer's almost over. Enjoy your kids when you have it. Take care of yourself. Once more, God bless. Till next time. Peace.
Secret of Laredo. Buitron Academy, 956-401-4868. Savate.biz.